Who was that? That's D Mixolydian. It's coming up. It's coming up. Get ready for it. Here she is. I've had a lot of people ask me about modes, like what are they? What do you do with them? How do you solo over them, or within them, around them? Anyway, uh, it seems to be very confusing, and it is confusing. I think largely because it's practiced wrong and kind of explained in one way most of the time. And by that I mean uh, when you try to dig into it and investigate like what a mode is, you're basically presented with this formula, scale formula, like let's take A Dorian. Someone will either say it's a major scale with a flat 3 and a flat 7. Which is true, but it's not really, it has nothing to do with A major at all. Um, or they'll explain it like it's the second mode of G. And so people go, okay, and they know their G major patterns or scale positions, or maybe even they'll learn the neck like this. They'll say, okay, G major, do the whole scale, or they'll say, okay, now I'm on A Dorian. Okay, now I'm on B Phrygian. Now I'm on C Lydian, etc. And then they'll keep going up, and they'll think that okay, that pattern is Dorian, this pattern is this, and that's not. It's true and it's not true. So it's true in the sense that you're playing that mode from root to root, but you're not really internalizing the sound of the mode because you're almost just doing a sequence in G. That really sounds like it's coming from G. So I think a better way to look at it, and this helped me, hopefully it's not really dumb and confusing to everyone else, but the way I like to think of it is, the chord you're playing over and the bass note, that has like the tonal gravity. So whatever that is pretty much, the bass player really is pretty much dictating what chord you're playing on, or what inversion, or in this case what mode, in conjunction with the harmony, whatever maybe there's a keyboard player or another guitar or whatever. That's really saying this is the sound we're dealing with. So if the bass player and let's say you're playing with a group, bass player and a keyboard player, they're playing A minor, A minor 7 or whatever. Obviously you can play the chord notes, the A minor chord notes, but if you play notes from G major and phrase it around the note A, or those chord tones, A, C, and E, and G, then you're going to be playing Dorian. All your G riffs are going to work over that chord. So what I've done here is I've got a few drones hooked up from John Zappa's, I can't remember what it's called. It's like an album, drones, harmonic drones for soloing or something like that. Anyway, he's got like every chord you could possibly imagine. And it's really good and super helpful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from the brightest mode in G to the darkest sounding mode in G. So instead of doing G, A, B, C, we're trying to avoid, drilling that sound of the major scale in your ear, because it's not what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a change in tonal gravity. So That's just how I refer to it. So we're going from C Lydian to G major to D Mixolydian to A Dorian, and then we're going to E Aeolian, and then B Phrygian, and then take it easy, and then F sharp Locrian. So I'm going to try to show you you can play, whatever riffs that you know in G over any of those chords are going to work. Now, granted, they're going to have a different character, they're going to have a different function, and it's always a good idea to phrase properly and land on a root or a chord tone or something. Just to give context, you wouldn't want to just land on G every time on all these chords. It won't sound correct for a lot of them. So in order to really illustrate this idea to you, I'm just going to take a minor pentatonic thing, whatever it is, at the 12th fret. Like everybody that plays guitar is really familiar with that. At least, if they've been playing a while and they're into soloing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to see how it sounds over each mode. So let's check that out here. All right. So this is Lydian, C Lydian. Just E minor pentatonic. E minor is a relative minor of G major. C Lydian comes from G major. Let's try to add some of the Lydian notes in there. Pretty cool. So now let's check out just good old-fashioned G major. Alright, you may have noticed that your G major scale's right there. So, your blues licks, all those work. Stuff works in G major. Okay. So that's G major. Let's check out the next one. Next one is, who we got over there? Who is that? Who is that? That's D Mixolydian. It's coming up. It's coming up. Get ready for it. Here she is. Just E minor blues riffs. Right. This time I'm going to make it a point to. I'm talking serious now. I'm going to make it a point to resolve on D. Check it out. Let's add more notes from the scale. So what do we got next? We got A Dorian. So let's play the same thing, same pattern, 12th fret, minor pentatonic, and this time tonal gravity's in A Dorian. Sounds like Floyd. few notes from G major, but mostly it's E minor pentatonic. Well, there I kind of cheated. I did A minor pentatonic, but it all works. Okay, so let's dig it. What we got next? We got E minor. So this is, I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is E natural minor. This is kind of the scale you're playing, right? I'm going to play just some G major stuff. On E because that's total gravity's pulling it to E, right? Uh-oh. What do we got next? We got okay. So this is Phrygian. So for this drone we have a B7 sus flat 9. Okay, so let's try our E minor pentatonic. It's a weird sound. A few notes from G in there. Let's play some more notes from G major, and our ideas around a B minor sound. Dark sound. And this one is, most people consider it the worst sounding mode, but you know, it's all good. It has its place. This is F sharp Lohengrin. We'll start with E minor pentatonic and then play some stuff from G. Try to phrase it around F sharp. Character totally. Alright. So all I'm doing is E minor pentatonic, ending the ideas around F sharp. Some kind of chord tone. There I just did the half diminished arpeggio. But anyway, it's hard for me not to break my own rules, sorry. But what I tried to illustrate was, we got some other shit going on here. So, sorry, I kind of broke my own rules there. What I'm trying to illustrate is that the chord and the bass, you know, the harmony and the bass note, that's kind of the boss for what you're playing over and how what you're playing sounds. You know, if the bass player's playing a low G, or, you know, and the keyboard player, whoever, playing a G major chord, you could play, you know, you could think you're playing B Phrygian all night. It sure does sound like it if there's no other harmony or notes happening. But as soon as, you know, the bass is the boss. Just deal with it. As soon as he starts playing G, everything you play is going to sound like it's going home to G. Yeah, right? So, kind of understanding that and using the G major patterns for the neck, the roadmap, and combining it with hopefully some understanding of what the chord tones are and how to end your phrases gives you a lot of mileage, because you already have your licks that you learned and spent time perfecting and goofing with. Now you can use those over any chord as long as you know where that chord comes from. One word of caution though, I may have mentioned this earlier, but you don't want to play everything like you're playing from G. So don't, like, if you start all your riffs on G, because that's where the finger pattern is and it's convenient, it's gonna sound like it kind of works, but it's not. You're not gonna get the most out of it. It's not gonna be the most powerful sound for that mode. So, just to recap, learn your chord tones, your diatonic chord tones, seventh chords, and you have to know your major scale positions on guitar. However you organize it, it's tons of different ways to do it. Once you do that, get some understanding of what each chord is in the key of G, what mode that is, and practice playing over, a backing track in whatever mode you want, or John Zappa's drones. They're really, really good. And then start playing your ideas and see how the character changes in that mode. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful and not confusing, but modes are inevitably more confusing than just a regular major scale type thing. So leave some comments and let me know what you think. Also, some ideas for other videos. I'd be happy to help any way I can. Thanks.